ready to hear what's going on in the markets. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, it is such a crazy Monday. I mean, wow, things are not going up. I guess is one way of
No, they are not.
Is there anything you're particularly devastated to see in the toilet today, Phil?
Let's see. I've been watching AMP. That's what I made $1,000 off it last week, and now it's back down to 7 cents. So I'm excited to hear that go back up. But now I'm kind of the opinion it's probably not. I put some more money in it just yesterday, and it's gone down 1 cent. So
Oof.
If you're watching, maybe it'll turn around. This is not good financial advice, but I got no other bets. I got no other bets right now. What are you looking at?
Oh man, for me it is tunnel vision. I'm looking at one thing right now and one thing only, and it is very, very bullish as opposed to the rest of this stuff. It's a new token which is based on the Cosmos IBC. And basically the point of the IBC is that it's like this umbrella that allows all the different blockchains to start to work together, so that you can transfer assets in different ways. And the first use case launched over the weekend. It's called OSMOSIS. We talked a little bit about it on Friday, and while I was very excited, I actually didn't really understand what it was or how it would work quite yet. But basically, just to kind of break it down, it's really, really simple. It is a simple, easy to use interface that makes DeFi available on the Cosmos blockchain. And DeFi is short for decentralized finance. And basically the way that DeFi works is you purchase crypto assets and then you deposit them into a smart contract according to whatever the rules happen to be for that particular contract. And so when you do this, you earn rewards in a variety of different ways. And Osmosis hasn't really kicked that part of this on yet, but I will say that the staking rewards for Osmo right now are through the roof. It's doing very, very well. This morning I had a balance of a little bit under 2,000 Osmo, and I received my daily reward, and it was about 83 Osmo tokens that I got. And that's just since noon yesterday. So in that 24-hour period, the staking was a substantial amount. And I believe that's expected to go down somewhat over time. But technically, I believe that should also correlate with an increase in the Osmo token price. So what they're doing right now is basically inflating a decentralized exchange that's very similar to Uniswap in terms of functionality, but actually more user-friendly. The fees are lower. And right now, I think there's only 7 assets that you can actually trade on it.
Interesting.
But yeah, I got airdropped, let's see, I think it was about 800 or 700, I guess, Osmo tokens during the airdrop on Saturday. And I also got 1 Ion. So I'm in 3 of the liquidity pools. So I'm in the Atom Osmo, the Ion Osmo, and the Akash token Osmo pools. And they all seem to be doing very well. The amount of liquidity that I have in them is increasing anyway. And then what I mentioned a second ago is the staking rewards. So I've actually purchased more Osmosis and staked it. And man, I mean, the rewards are just absolutely off the charts for this. So the price hasn't actually fluctuated all that much, but I'm still making a little bit of money, if you know what I'm saying. So that's phenomenal. Yeah, exactly.
That's always good. I was just trying to get that token coin to show up in CoinGecko.
Yeah, it doesn't yet. I believe that what's going on right now is still essentially the equivalent of like an ICO. And the thing is that these tokens are being offered for the first time. And they're only available on the Osmosis DEX. So app.osmosis.zone is the only place you can get an Osmo token. And so basically what you need to do to get involved, if you want to, is download and install the Kepler wallet. That's KEPLR. And then you send either Atoms or Akash tokens. I believe those are the only ones that are traded off of this DEX right now. Regen Network is about to launch as well. Oh, Persistence and Iris and Crypto.org are also available in other places. So there's, I guess, 5 different assets that have public liquidity. And what you can actually do is you can deposit those and then use the liquidity here on the DEX to swap to anything else that you like. So I believe the biggest pool right now is still the pool number 1, which is Atom Osmo. And basically, you put your liquidity in, people use it to swap between those 2 different assets, and you collect a fee of every transaction, or at least the DEX does. And then you collect a portion of that fee based on how much of the liquidity you're providing.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, does that sound weird, or is that all stuff that's relatively digestible for you at this point? I know you've called yourself a crypto noob in the past, so I just want to check.
Yeah, I wanted to actually go by token noob, because I feel like that would be more accurate to say I'm the token noob.
The token noob.
all of it. It's all strange and new. I'm setting up my Kepler wallet right now, so I'll let you know how far that gets.
Excellent.
But yeah, great tips. Yeah. Everybody wants to get in on the initial coin offering and be in the pool of people who get in before it's even a penny and then skyrockets to $1. That sounds like something I should definitely look into here.
Yeah, the funny thing is the price is actually relatively stable. It's about $229 right now. I believe it's been as high as $275 and as low as about $190 or so. $2 seems to be a relatively stable floor for the Osmo token at the moment. And basically, we don't even really know how many of these things there are quite yet. There's no market cap numbers or anything like that yet. And that's the reason I'm comparing it to an ICO. I don't think it actually is really an ICO. It's what they're calling a fair drop. But this is the first time it's ever been possible to purchase this token. So basically, what we're going to see over the next few weeks, months, years is going to be a 300 million token distribution. One over the course of the next year. And I believe 25% of that is allocated to staking rewards. I believe 45% is allocated to liquidity pool incentives for folks who do go ahead and make the purchase and start to provide the liquidity. So really, there's just a ton of rewards. And what's different here is that all these rewards are being provided to the community. There's not a group of venture capitalists who've gotten involved with this and kind of taking control. And therefore, since those folks aren't putting all of the money into their pockets, the rest of us actually get a chance at it. My intention is to write an article about this and advocate for it as loudly as possible, because it just seems like, really and truly, this if it works, and I think it looks like it is thus far, this is basically the way that I think people should handle these types of operations in the future. So just a really effective template for establishing a decentralized currency, and just getting things started off on the right foot instead of centralizing control or doing anything like that.
Yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah.
So what else? Absolutely. What else do we need to know before we start funneling money into this new coin, or how is this going to work here?
Oh yeah. How does it work? Okay. So what I did is I went to Coinbase. I purchased some atoms. Just simple, easy, easy to do with the US dollar. And then so you go from your USD to your atoms there. And then what you do is actually a very, very low transaction fee involved in this, because you're using the Cosmos blockchain instead of Ethereum. But what you'll want to do is send your atoms to your Kepler wallet. And basically, when you do this, Coinbase is going to pop it up. It's going to ask you. It's going to ask you about your Atom memo, and there is no Atom memo if you're sending the Kepler wallet. So you can just leave that blank, and it won't lose your tokens or anything as long as you get the right address in, of course. And basically, once you've got the tokens in your Kepler wallet, it's a short matter, just a few clicks. What you do is you go to app.osmosis.zone, and you want to go down to assets. And because whatever is in your Kepler wallet may not be in your Osmosis wallet yet, so you click on deposit here, and basically you'll send a transaction over the IBC that we mentioned earlier from your Kepler wallet to your Osmosis wallet. And basically, once you've got the tokens in Osmosis, they can be swapped, they can be, staked, they can be thrown into liquidity pools. Pretty much, you just follow the instructions on the Osmosis Medium account. If you need the written stuff, and then there's also, it's not that tough to figure out what's going on from this app. It's really simple, really easy to use. Kudos to these folks. They've just done an amazing job.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually found a Medium post by Osmosis for Vision. So if y'all want to give that a read, it's in the EpicDylan's CryptoChat.
Yeah.
Ooh, Eric Stowe has a question for you. What's the diff between the interchain and blockchain?
Let's see. I'm not looking at the chat right now. Let's see. What is it? What's the difference between interchain and blockchain? Okay, so interchain is between different blockchains. So interchain is like if you had something on Ethereum that you wanted to send to Cosmos so that you could then get some Osmosis tokens. Those are all what they call interchain transfers. So that's what interchain is. Blockchain is just one of the chains that's involved in interchain.
Right on. So it's interchain would be mainly from putting one token or exchanging for another. Is that what I'm hearing?
It's just any event that takes place between two different blockchains.
Got it.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah, so you could do NFT bridging interchain, or you could handle transactions or share data, on an interchain basis. It just means that you've got multiple different blockchains that are going at the same time there.
Yeah. If anyone else has questions, feel free to put it into the chat and you can get an answer from EpicDylan.
Yeah, and by the way, thanks for attending, everybody. This is lovely to see a bigger audience than last time, and I hope you're all having a wonderful Monday. Phil, have you got any noob questions for us? Is there a noob question of the week? Yeah, token noob.
Still kind of taking it all in. I don't have questions from what I don't know. It's just been last week was busy as hell. Everything that we're doing in WIPP publishing, it's hard to keep track sometimes, but really I'm sure we'll have a lot more to report on Friday in the follow-up call.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this: do you think the market will be higher or lower on Friday than it is today?
How could it get any lower? I just saw Ethereum dip below 2K.
It's been a while since that happened, hasn't it?
It has. Do you think this is going to be a trend? Is it going to go even lower, or are we going to start making a turn?
I don't know. It could go either way. I'm looking at Coinbase right now, and about a month ago, when we had that really dark day, I don't know if you remember or not, I was in town. We were trying to have fun, but I was in the process of getting liquidated, and I was just not in the best mood. So sorry
understandably.
About that. But understandably. During that little crash, it was down to 1728. That was the lowest that it got, according to Coinbase here. So I guess maybe it might have gotten just a little bit lower. But it'll be very interesting to see if that's a resistance line or if that's going to be or you know what I mean, if that's going to be a support or if that's going to turn into like a resistance line that we're below trying to break back out of in coming weeks and months. I'm kind of heartbroken that Matic isn't performing better either. I mean, we're all the way down to $1.20 here, and I mean, everybody knows how bullish I am on this particular token. So to see it just kind of gradually slough off, you know, since the recent all-time high of $2.44 on May 26th, has been kind of slowly breaking my heart. Although, you know, I've been in since 3.5 cents, so it hasn't exactly hurt me that much.
Well, yeah, thankfully Matic's not back at March numbers. It looks like that's what Ethereum is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's an interesting stat I heard, which is that Matic is actually doing 2 or 3 times more transactions than Ethereum is already. So part of the reason that the Ethereum transaction fees have gone down has to do with the fact that Matic is actually driving down demand on the network. So as demand decreases, supply increases, and you know, price tends to respond by going down when you see that kind of thing.
It's very interesting. Well, I mean, gas prices are a killer. Matic makes a whole lot of sense to be using if you have a marketplace.
Yeah, it's amazing to see that we have a real honest-to-God L2 scaling solution that can outperform Ethereum in terms of transaction volume while keeping prices, you know, so low they're basically just negligible. I wonder how sustainable this is, or if we'll see an increase in Polygon transaction fees, just kind of, you know, over the next couple of years, because the validators need to start making more money than they are, or maybe the network is just that efficient, and actually everybody's doing fine financially for their involvement there. Only time will tell.
That's right.
Yeah, I kind of wonder long term what the impact will be on chains like Cosmos as well, because one of the big selling points with Cosmos is that it's really, really fast and really, really cheap. But I think it's a little bit more expensive than Matic is at the current time. So that's going to be an interesting little dynamic there as well. When Matic rebranded to Polygon, their intention became to become the internet of blockchains, which we all know is also something that Cosmos wants to do. So there's going to be a little bit of competition there. And unless you factor in the value of the Binance Smart Chain into the valuation of the Cosmos blockchain, it actually looks like Matic is really winning that fight. They've grown a lot over the last few months, and so they're doing very, very well. But if you factor in BSC, then I think actually Cosmos is still the number 3 blockchain behind Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Really? Yeah, I do have a little bit in Atom. But although I don't know if we talked about this, I have it all in Coinbase, Atom. And I believe you're saying that's not ideal.
Yeah, that's what's called a custodial wallet. And if you hold your Atom in a custodial wallet, you lose your eligibility for the airdrops, like the Regen Network airdrop, which happened this weekend, or the OSMOSIS airdrop, which happened before that. So you want to be very, very careful. Yeah, about where you keep your stuff. Remember, people, not your keys, not your crypto.
Well, now I know. Is it going to happen again?
Oh,
do I have another shot at this?
Yeah, this is just the first time. So pretty much, if you hold some atoms, the trick is to set up either Kepler Wallet or Cosmos Station. You can actually earn double the incentive that Coinbase pays out by staking your atoms directly to the Cosmos hub. This does require like a lockdown or a lockup period. So you need to plan in advance if you need liquidity. But basically, if you're just saving your atoms and you don't actually need to spend them right away, you can earn a decent return on them of about 10% by staking them from a non-custodial wallet that you do hold your private keys to. And I believe my total earnings from the airdrop this weekend were about, I don't know, I want to say close to $2,000 for having a relatively small amount of atoms staked to the hub all the way back in February. So moving forward, as new projects launch on the IBC, we can absolutely expect to see more people and new projects come in and take advantage of the decentralization that can be achieved by doing drops to those atoms that are staked to the Cosmos Hub. But the idea is that there's a large amount of value changing hands here. And so basically, by staking to the Cosmos Hub, you might not be making all that much money in terms of trades and things like that, but you are sending out a message. You're saying, look, I'm informed and I support the Cosmos blockchain. And so that makes you a very valuable customer to folks, such as ourselves who may in the future want to launch blockchains on the Cosmos architecture.
Right. That's some good advice. I was just looking at the historic data here. It looks like it is on sale right now. Cosmos is trading at about, let's see, it's at $10.23, which we haven't seen since about February.
Yep.
So it's not a bad time to be buying, considering how it was at $32 just a month ago.
No doubt. It should be going back up.
Really solid advice.
I would expect. We should see some major volume, not just from the OSMOSIS DEX, which is launched and is relatively limited, but in about 2 weeks, we're also going to see Gravity DEX launch. And I'm actually a major token holder at Starnan, which is the inter-blockchain address system that all these different things are going to use. And I can say that I have voted in the recent initiative to go ahead and change the unstaking period to 14 days so that Starnan will later become eligible for IBC and can launch with Gravity DEX. We'll see what the timing ends up looking like, but that's really, really exciting stuff.
Just right on, fingers crossed for you.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, this has been a relatively subdued episode of EpicDylan's Crypto Chat. And it's been a long, long weekend. I moved all weekend, so I'm pretty tired. But that being said, it's a very exciting week coming up, and I just can't wait to see where we're at on Friday. I'm hoping that we've seen the bottom. All right, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Hope you all have a great week.
Thanks, guys. Take care.